Hi, guys. How are you? Joe Wilkins, the pet wellness coach here, and I am here tonight as part of my favorite things Fridays or Friday favorites. I haven't decided exactly what I'm calling it yet. But I wanted to share. So I get asked a lot for recommendations on tools and things that uh, that I use and that I like. So everything isn't necessarily always about health and wellness. So I thought that I would start a series where maybe sometimes I'll be talking about health and wellness stuff, but I'll probably save that for other times and mostly be sharing with you guys some of my favorite things that I like to use in my life with my pets and the pets that I visit with, either for nutrition or for pet sitting or whatever. So, right now, the first thing I wanted to share with you is the MuttRuk pack. And I'll tell you a lot of these things I've discovered on Kickstarter. I'm a big believer in Kickstarter and helping when I can, helping small businesses start out whenever possible. And you do have to understand when you're doing that, you're not shopping. There is potentially some risk involved that the whole project's going to fall through, or occasionally there may be bad actors that aren't caught ahead of time. And so that is something that you have to be aware of. But anyways, nothing that I'll be sharing here with you is that these are all products that launched successfully and wonderfully. And I have the products in my hands, and there are websites that you can go and order these products for yourself. And so I wanted to jump on and share. So I am on my second pack with MuttRuk, not because anything went wrong with the first pack, just to make that clear, but because I really wanted a green one. And the one that I had ordered during the Kickstarter was gray. And, green, I wanted a green one. So as the gray one started to get kind of dirty and just a little more worn looking, and they had a great sale, and I jumped on it and I ordered the one in green. And of course I can clean the gray one. I still have the gray one. I use it sometimes. My husband will use it sometimes. So, all right. So first thing I want to show you is the pack itself. So this is phenomenal, as you can see. And these guys have thought of pretty much everything that you need for, a short hike or just, longer walks like around the neighborhood, stuff like that. Obviously they do have a water bowl accessory that you can get for it, a travel bowl. I have that, but I don't have it with me to show you. So, but of course there's no place for more than a bottle of water on this, but I will show you. That's over here in this side pocket. There's a little mesh bag that you can pop out, and this will hold most size water bottles. The top stretches so that bottle doesn't fall out. It's, elastic at the top. So you can just shove a water bottle, or, it could be like a disposable one, or it can be a, reusable style one, whatever. And that elastic really helps keep it in place. I'll tell you honestly, most of what I do, I don't need to carry water like that. So I usually use this to put my used poop bags in until I get to a place where I can throw them away. However, they have thought of that. There is a Doody bag, as they call it, that you can get to put your used poop bags in and roll them up and be able to put them inside the pack, but it kind of, avoids any leaks or accidents or even smell getting out into the pack because it's in sort of a sealed bag inside the poop bag. So on this pack, they have their logo stitched into the back, which I think is super cute. It's mountains, I'll show you, but of course they also look like dog ears, which I love. And so that's really fun. And this is mesh. It helps to wick away moisture and keep you from sweating too much with it on. This belt, I'm not a skinny girl. And the belt goes nice and big, so my husband or myself can wear it. I'll just show you real quick. This is in its largest setting right now. And I've got plenty of room. You know, there's a couple hand widths here. And I've got plenty of room to move it around and shift it as I need to make it comfortable. I can move it down onto my hips more if I want to. It's hard to see when it's down on my hips, but I can move it down onto my hips more if I want to. Of course, you could wear it in the back if you wanted as well, although if you have a dog that pulls it all, they're probably just going to pull it around to the front anyways. The clip is a pretty standard, I forget what kind of clip this is called, but it's really heavy duty. Like it's not flimsy at all. And it clicks securely into place. You're not going to have any concerns. And I lied. This belt is not as big as it'll go. It still has several inches that it can open up. So there's that. There's a carabiner here. This is for attaching your dog's leash so that they're attached to you and you can walk them hands-free. Obviously, if they're a puller, you're going to want to back that up with holding onto the leash as well. But this is an extra level of security when I'm walking, you know, reactive dogs or something like that. This is really great because it gives me that extra level. If God forbid, by some reason, something happens to me or the leash slips out of my hand or something, that dog isn't going to get away from me and be able to go and attack a person or an animal because they're attached to me. This actually happened to me last year when I was pulled over by a dog and into a stone pillar and suffered a very bad concussion. But the dog that I was walking, even though I was incapacitated for a few minutes recovering from the fall, there were no additional worries about where the dog was because it was attached to me. It couldn't go anywhere. And so that was really nice. So this is a heavy duty carabiner. You shouldn't have it when it has the locking screw where you can lock it into place so it's not going to open up on you by accident. Now, if you're like me, I'm often walking dogs that have, like even with my dog, he's sometimes on a harness lead style lead. So it there's no place on the leash where it attaches to the dog for it to spin. So it'll get tangled. Or maybe you're walking two dogs at once and you use separate leads for them. Or you're using, walking a reactive dog and you use a double leash where one's connected to the harness and one's connected to the collar. In all of those cases, there's no spinning function on the lead. And so they're going to get tangled up. So this is not something that came with the set, but this is something that I use a lot and love. And I just got them on Amazon. You can look up climbing gear. And I actually forget what these things are called, but these were technically two separate products. I got another set of carabiners, which that are the same size and quality on Amazon. Although you can get extra carabiners from MuttRuk themselves, and that way they would match. But of course, green. I had to get the green. And this is just a spinner. This is a climbing accessory, just like carabiners started as climbing accessories. And so this allows me to, as I drop it, excuse me, this allows me to, I attach this second carabiner to the spinner, and then I'm going to attach the spinner, the other side of the spinner, helps if I unlock it, to the carabiner on the bag, on the pouch. Now, I can put the leash in this carabiner, and it doesn't matter if it doesn't spin at the dog end, which actually, I'll be honest with you, half the time doesn't work very well anyways, especially if the dog has hair and it just gets, yeah. So, and then the dog will spin on my end, where it's attached to me. I can untangle the leash. So even if I'm holding the leash, for that extra level of security, which I do recommend, again, unless you're walking your own dog that you know really well and you can predict their behaviors, etc. If it starts to get tangled, I can just let go for a minute and easily get it untangled, untwisted. Some people don't care about that. I do. Not only do I find it annoying and unsightly, but it also shortens up the lead. It makes it a little bit harder to control the dog, I think. So, so I wanted to share that with you. I'm going to take that off just because it weighs a little bit, and I want to take that off while I'm showing you. Okay, so as you can see on the front, there's this cute little pouch that you can put your rolls of poop bags in. And this is great. It'll hold actually 2 rolls a lot of times, or 1.5. Really 2, I think. But usually when my 1 roll gets to about halfway done, I'll pop another one on top so I don't have to worry about potentially running out, because sometimes it's hard to tell when you're getting low on the poop bag. So there's a pouch right behind it where you can keep notes, as apparently I have a note in there, and I don't remember what that note's about, and somebody's business card. But okay, so this is great. All of these surfaces are waterproof, and this whole thing everything's washable. Lots of little pouches for you to keep your ID and your keys and all of that safe. There is also, let me get this zipped back up. There's also a rear pouch that you can use for the same kinds of things or larger things. I use this a lot, not just when I'm walking dogs, even when I'm traveling, whatever, that pocket will easily fit a passport, etc. And then this big section in the middle is the treat section, which is really great. Oh, and I do have the Doody bag, so I can show you that. So this is the treat section. It is, again, waterproof, and the lining zips out. So say the whole thing doesn't need washed, but this gets yucky, you can totally just zip out that lining and get it washed super easy. I can't sing the praises of this enough, especially if you do something where you're with dogs a lot on lead, and it's just a great way to be able to attach them to you, keep track of them, etc. So I actually use the Doody bag a lot because I use the drink carrier on here for poop bags. I tend to use the Doody bag for treats, or at least I did before I got their new piece, which I'm also going to share with you. I guess I could save it for another video, but why do that, right? So this is the Doody bag, and this has a few treats in it. So you pop your poop bag in there, and you can take it, and you can roll the top down to kind of seal it up. And then it's got 2 clips on it, and you can just roll them over, and you clip it shut like that. And then you can shove it into any of these pouches that you have in here. I think the one that's closest to your body is the one that's technically where they example putting it. And your used poop bag, obviously not just loose poop, just to clarify that. Although I suppose if you ran out of bags and you were really stuck in a pinch, it's washable. You could conceivably just pick up the poop with it, but I wouldn't. I would find some trash or something to pick it up with. But so this is, like I said, it's all sealed up here, and you can shove it into any of the pouches or whatever you want to do. So in this, again, it's waterproof, it's washable. It's got a little loop on it, so you could actually clip it to the carabiner or something once you had it sealed up if you didn't want to shove it into a pouch. So yeah, there's a lot of options as to what you could do. I also forgot there are some little elastic, are they even, they aren't elastic, they're just fabric, so they're not going to stretch out on you, which is actually kind of nice. If you have things you need to clip to the front, or you want to keep a pen with you or something, you can slide it right into one of those and have it with you. So that is the MuttRuk. I guess I should have looked up exactly what they call it because I forget now. It's not called a fanny pack. Although in my day, that's what these were called. It's called something else, and I'll have to look up what that is, and I'll put it in the description or in the title or something like that. So I got mine, let's see, I think it first came out 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was maybe right before the pandemic. I'm not sure. I can't remember when it first happened. But since then, just recently, actually, they released a new bag. And so this is if you only need treats, or if you're like me and none of that works quite for you for treats. So you wanted something different for treats. So this bag, I love this so much. It's got a nice long strap, so you could wear it over your shoulder, or like, you can wear it like this as a crossbody bag if you want, which is how I prefer to wear it. It opens up nice and wide. I guess I should stand up and show you. It opens up nice, and the length of the strap, again, it's not just for people who are skinny and super fit, which is always nice. And it has a magnetic closure, so you're not screwing around with Velcro or something. And but it's super easy to open. The magnets are strong, but they're not so strong that you're fighting with it to get it open. It also has some of these straps on the front if you needed to hook something to it. And there's a little pouch. You can put your ID, your keys, etc. And there's a place to put some poop bags in as well. There's an extra little pocket on the inside where you can slide your poop bag roll in, feed your bag. I'm having trouble showing. Feed your bag through the hole, and there you go for your poop bags. So this pouch inside, again, they've really thought about this. This lining is zipper attached. It's waterproof. You can unzip it and take it out to wash it. It is split, so you can have 2 different kinds of treats. Say you've got one dog who has an allergy and one dog who doesn't. You can have treats for each dog, one on each side, or you can have, extra high value treats on one side for, those incidents where you really need to get your dog's attention, and then just have your regular treats on the other side. Or you could put a tennis ball on one side and treats on the other, whatever floats your boat. And they have additional pieces that you can buy, these great little cups like this. They're silicone cups, so if you're doing like chicken or something like that that's super messy and wet, not only can you help protect the lining and have to clean it less, etc., by putting them into the cup, but you can just pop the cup out of there, seal it up, and pop it in your fridge. So you don't have to worry about it going bad or using everything that you took out or whatever. So this is a really great product. It is well made. They're made in the USA. They're a Colorado company. And I highly recommend checking them out and supporting them if you can. And if you're in the market for something like that. I hope that you find this helpful and useful. I would love your feedback, and tell me if you go check it out. Tell me if you buy it. Tell me if you like it when you get it. I would just love to hear everything that you have to say about it. And thanks for watching. Bye.